Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 albums so good they revived singers' careers.
What's love but a second-hand emotion?
For this list, we're looking at the most critically acclaimed and commercially successful albums that single-handedly revitalized the artists' previously waning careers. What other singers do you hope will make a comeback in the future? Let us know in the comments below. If you like what you're hearing, be sure to check out the full song at the link below.
But I'm not in love. You think you're in love.
Number 10. Fever, Kylie Minogue. Following her debut in the late 1980s, Australian singer Kylie Minogue enjoyed international success for her bubblegum and dance pop influenced sound.
So come on, do the love emotion with me.
After a string of hit albums, Minogue took a foray into indie music that didn't seem to connect with her fans. Her 1997 album Impossible Princess marked the lowest point of the singer's career and even made her consider retiring.
Little Miss Genius, you make it hard on yourself.
Although 2000's Light Years was Minogue's first attempt at rekindling favor with her fans, it was the follow-up Fever that cemented her career revival. Featuring the smash hit single Can't Get You Out of My Head, which topped the charts in 40 countries. This album marked a significant turning point for Minogue and effectively revived her status as a pop icon. Number 9. Band on the Run, Paul McCartney and Wings. After the breakup of the Beatles, Paul McCartney struggled to find his footing as a solo musician. With his band Wings, McCartney released 2 albums that disappointed, both critically and commercially. Seeking a fresh experience, McCartney and his band traveled to Lagos, Nigeria to record their 3rd studio album.
Well, the rain exploded with a mighty crash as we fell into the sun.
What emerged was 1973's Band on the Run, an excellent return to form for one of the most celebrated songwriters of all time. McCartney was praised for getting back to his rock and roll roots while still employing elements of pop, folk, and Afro soul. With the title track and Jet becoming hit singles, Band on the Run waxed strong on the charts and was the best-selling album of 1974 in the UK and Australia.
Band on the run. Band on the run.
Number 8. American Recordings, Johnny Cash. There are only a handful of musicians with a voice and perspective as unique as Johnny Cash. The country legend, who first rose to fame in the 50s, found himself struggling in the late 80s and early 90s. Then, along came Rick Rubin. The renowned producer, mostly known for his rap and heavy metal albums, presented the singer with an unusual offer. The collaboration between the two produced a collection of stripped-down country songs that propelled Cash back into the mainstream.
Drive on, it don't mean nothing. My children love me, but they don't understand.
American Recordings captured the essence of Cash's life experiences and struggles, with a vulnerability that connected with listeners on a profound level. It won a Grammy Award and set the stage for a series of critically acclaimed albums that followed.
He had the nerve and he had the blood. There never was a horse like the Tennessee stud.
Number 7. MBV, My Bloody Valentine. Over 2 decades after the release of their groundbreaking album Loveless, Irish-English rock band My Bloody Valentine made a triumphant return with 2013's MBV. After multiple internal conflicts and a prolonged hiatus, fans had likely given up on getting new material from the band. The anticipation surrounding the album's release was immense, but it undoubtedly lived up to expectations. The surprise release effortlessly bridged the long gap in the band's career, introducing fresh elements and experimental approaches while staying true to their distinctive shoegaze sound. It was lauded by critics, who praised the immersive production, masterful songwriting, and emotional resonance. With yet another extended period without any new releases, we can only wonder what excellence My Bloody Valentine will deliver next. Number 6. Time Out of Mind, Bob Dylan. This music legend enjoyed a wildly successful career throughout the 60s and 70s, only to come crashing in the 80s. With a string of critical and commercial disappointments under his belt, Bob Dylan stopped recording fresh material following 1990's Under the Red Sky.
It's unbelievable, it's strange but true.
This once influential singer had begun to fade into the background. Then, in 1996, Dylan teamed up once again with producer Daniel Lanois to record a new set of songs that formed Time Out of Mind.
It's not dark yet, but it's getting there.
Released in September 1997, this album proved to be transformative for Dylan's career, in the best way possible. It earned him 3 Grammys, including Album of the Year, and spurred a creative renaissance that has managed to sustain for years.
This kind of love, I'm so sick of it.
Number 5. Ray of Light, Madonna. It may come as news to the newer generation of music fans, but there was a time when, instead of chasing trends, Madonna was setting them. Following a turbulent period in the early to mid-90s, Madonna's reign as the Queen of Pop looked like it was coming to an end. However, after her leading performance in Evita, Madge returned to claim her crown with 1998's Ray of Light. Produced alongside William Orbit, Ray of Light was a forward-thinking blend of electronica, techno-pop, and trip-hop that significantly drifted away from Madonna's previous sound. That risk undoubtedly paid off, though. The album not only spawned 2 top 5 US singles, it won 4 Grammys and gave Madonna a new lease on life. Number 4. Permanent Vacation, Aerosmith. Aerosmith's 1987 album Permanent Vacation played a crucial role in catapulting them back into the limelight. Following a decade of immense success, Aerosmith opened the 1980s on a sour note. Internal conflicts led to the departure of Joe Perry and Brad Whitford, and the band members' issues with substance use severely affected their performance abilities.
You're my angel. Come and save me tonight.
Their first glimpse at a revival came in 1986 with Run DMC's remix of Walk This Way.
She told me to walk this way. Told this way.
After getting their acts together, the band released Permanent Vacation the following year, which combined their signature bluesy rock sound with a more polished and commercial edge. It sold more than 5 million units in the US alone, and served as a springboard for their continued success. Number 3. American Idiot, Green Day. In 2003, Green Day was recording what would have been their 7th album when the master tapes were stolen. This was the tipping point of the numerous issues the band had faced since releasing their ultra-successful 1994 album Dookie. None of their follow-up efforts reached the heights of Dookie, with 2000's Warning marking the lowest point of the band's career. Thankfully, they took all of that anger and channeled it into making what turned out to be their comeback.
Don't wanna be an American idiot.
Released in September 2004, American Idiot captured the zeitgeist of post-9/11 America, critiquing the political landscape, media manipulation, and societal disillusionment.
I walk this empty street on the boulevard of broken dreams.
It won Grammys for Best Rock Album and Record of the Year, and breathed new life into Green Day's career. Number 2. The Emancipation of Mimi, Mariah Carey. The early 2000s was a rough period for R&B icon Mariah Carey. Her 2001 film Glitter and its accompanying soundtrack were critical and commercial flops. And the 2003 album Charm Bracelet, which was intended as her comeback, wasn't particularly charming either.
I can make it through the rain.
So if there was anyone in need of a revival in that period, it was definitely Mariah Carey. Luckily, she found that and a lot more in 2005's The Emancipation of Mimi.
I didn't mean it when I said I didn't love you so. I should have held on tight, I never should have let you go.
Written and produced by the who's who in music at the time, this album was well crafted to put a fresh and modern spin on Carey's distinct sound.
Oh, baby, baby, we belong together.
With bona fide hits like We Belong Together and Shake It Off, the emancipation of Mimi truly lived up to its name.
Shake it off. Gotta do what's best for me, baby, and that means I gotta shake it off.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Private Dancer, Tina Turner. To understand just how great of a comeback Private Dancer was, you have to first recognize the difficulties that plagued Tina Turner's early career. After rising to prominence as one half of Ike and Tina Turner, the Queen of Rock and Roll had to overcome years of domestic violence and an industry that largely viewed her as a nostalgia act. Despite these critical obstacles, Turner still managed to put together a phenomenal collection of songs for the 1984 album Private Dancer. Once considered a has-been, Turner broke right back into the spotlight with classics like Better Be Good to Me and the incomparable What's Love Got to Do With It.
What's love got to do with it?
The album remains a testament of her resilience, exceptional talent, and timelessness. Do you agree with our picks? Let us know in the comments. And hey, if you're a fan of the song playing right now, be sure to check out the music video for it right here.